الرحمن الرحيم لا أقسم بيوم القيامة ولا أقسم بالنفس اللوامة أيحسب الإنسان أن لن نجمع عظامه بلى قادرين على أن نسوي بنانه بل يريد الإنسان ليفجر أمامه يسأل أيان يوم القيامة فإذا برق البصر وخسف القمر وجمع الشمس والقمر يقول الإنسان يومئذ أين المفر كلا لا وزر إلى ربك يومئذ المستقر ينبأ الإنسان يومئذ بما قدم وأخر بل الإنسان على نفسه بصيرة ولو ألقى معاذيره لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به إن علينا جمعه وقرآنه فإذا قرأناه فاتبع قرآنه ثم إن علينا بيانه كلا بل تحبون العاجلة وتذرون الآخرة وجوه يومئذ ناظرة إلى ربها ناظرة ووجوه يومئذ باسرة تظن أن يفعل بها فاقرة كلا إذا بلغت التراقي وقيل من راق وظن أنه الفراق والتفت الساق بالساق إلى ربك يومئذ المساق فلا صدق ولا صلى ولكن كذب وتولى ثم ذهب إلى أهله يتمطى أولى لك فأولى ثم أولى لك فأولى أيحسب الإنسان أن يترك سدى ألم يك نطفة من مني يمنى ثم كان علقة فخلق فسوى فجعل منه الزوجين الذكر والأنثى أليس ذلك بقادر على أن يحيي الموتى إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله. لا شبه أكيد نسيب.
السلام عليكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. Amma ba'd. What were we talking about yesterday? How many surahs in the Quran Sharif total? 114. How many Makki surat and how many Madani surat? Okay, you said the amount right, but you reversed it. 28 Madani. Okay, and Fayyaz is Makki surat. And MashaAllah, good. Jazakallah. Ya Yuannas, most of the time it's Makki surat. And Ya Ayyuhalladhina Amanu, most of the time it's Madani surat. Sometimes it can be vice versa as well. Now we are at the moment discussing Ya Ayyuhalladhina Amanu. We discussed Ya Ayyuhalladhina Amanu in first Sipara and second Sipara yesterday. How many ayat we discussed yesterday? 6. Okay. Now we move on. Third Sipara. Abdul Rahman, what's the first Ya Ayyuhalladhina Amanu in the first Sipara? It's on the first page, yeah, before Ayatul Kursi. يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة والكافرون هم الظالمون. What is Allah telling us here? Hey Iman walo, oh you who have Iman, faith, yaqeen, belief, spend from that which we have provided for you. Before that day comes, meaning day of judgment, Qiyamah day, in which there is no transaction, no dealings, no bargaining, and no friendship helping anyone with their friendship, and no interceding and speaking up for anyone. And the kafirin are the real zalims. These believers are the real unjust wrongdoers, tyrants. This is the translation of the ayat. Again, what is Allah telling us? Ya ayyuhallazina amanu anfiqu mimma razaqnakum. Open your pockets, empty your pockets, yaar, spend some money. Don't withhold it, don't hoard it, don't reserve it, don't store it. Don't keep counting it. Don't keep checking your bank balance. Is it increasing or decreasing, reducing? Spend, spend, spend. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam said to Hazrat Asma, Ya Asma, anfiqi, wa la tu'i, fayu'i Allahu alayki. La tuhsi, fayuhsi Allahu alayki. Asma, spend and do not store, otherwise Allah will store the sawab from you. And do not count, otherwise Allah will also count giving sawab to you. Give without measure, without counting, just give, 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 give. Nabi Pak sallallahu alayhi wasallam once said, Innal akthareen humul aqalloon yawm al-qiyamah illa man qala bil mali hakaza wa hakaza wa hakaza. Those who have the most wealth will have the least nekis and hasanat on the day of Qiyamah, except one who spends mal like this and like this and like this, left, right, center. Wherever he finds someone, he gives them. Sakhi is generous. People do spend like that. अब तो ज़माना क़यामत करीब आ रही है, स्टिंजीनेस बहुत हो रहा है. और आपसे 20-30 साल पहले का किस्सा मौलाना अब्दुल्ला कापोद्रवी साहब ने सुनाया. मौलाना अब्दुल्ला कापोद्रवी साहब says, I was in Makkah Sharif in Ramzan So it was after Asr time, and I was going towards Haram. Then I thought, there's a library here. I'll go in the library for a few minutes and then I'll go Haram. I couldn't find the road. So I asked someone who was looking, good clothing, nice appearance. So I said, Sheikh, where is this Maktabah? Al-Maktabatu Tijariyah. He said, yeah, you have to go straight, left, up, and it's on the right in that alley. And then he said, but iftar time is near. What are you going to do over there? Come with me to Haram, do iftar with me. So I looked at the watch and I said, yeah, he's right. If I go there, my iftar will be all over the place. So I said, okay. So I went with him. So he says, whilst we are walking to Haram Sharif, he's putting his hands in pocket and taking notes out and giving here, giving there, giving there. Wherever he sees a fakir, someone who is bichara not looking so good, he's giving money like this. And he's giving notes upon notes upon notes everywhere, left, right, center. I said, wow, this person is very sakhiyar. We went inside the Haram Sharif and he sat me close to him. I kept on reading my Quran Sharif, whatever, my wazifa, my du'as. Iftar time was close, the Dastarkhan was there. Now, khajur came, water, and then kahwa. He gave me khajur, he gave me iftar. He said, you look nice person. Where are you from? My question, I said, from India. Madrasa, Muhtadim, principal, this, that. Oh, mashallah, mashallah. And then he said, after Maghrib Salat, you come and do iftar with us, eat with me. I said, no, I have to go to my hotel, my friends will be waiting for me. No, you must come with me. It won't take much time. The Dastarkhan will be ready. You just eat with me and then you go. I said, oh, okay. I thought to myself, yeah, he'll go, I'll just go to my place. So after namaz, I was busy in my nawafil. He had left. So I finished my nawafil and I was ready to stand up and go. And there was this khadim behind me. He said, come on, Sheikh, with me. I said, no, I'm not coming. You go. Tell him that I have to go. I was busy. Sheikh, if I go without you, I'm going to be slaughtered. You have to come with me. He's going to kill me if I don't. All right then. So I went with him. So we went on, Marwa side, on a building, and on the second, third floor, there was a large, long Dastarkhan, and hundreds of people eating there, and he was waiting for me. Oh, Sheikh. I said, eat this and eat this. Itna khilaya. Phir मैंने कहा बस शेख I have to go now. I said, okay, no problem. And Jazakallah, thank you very much. I asked them, who is this man? And they said, he is the owner of Al-Bank Al-Ahli Al-Tijari, Malik of Bank Ahli Tijari. And he has this Dastarkhan every day, hundreds of people iftar. They come here with all this delicious food every day. He feeds them. So you understand the meaning of giving here and there and there and there. So if you are rich, you have to be generous. This is what Allah is saying. أَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَا. Spend from what we have provided for you. Before that day comes in which you can't buy and sell. You can't buy nekis. You can't say, I'll give you £1 million and give me 10 nekis. There is no buying. وَلَا خُلَّةً. On the day of Qiyamah, friendship, no friends. Friends will not come to help you. You will be standing on your own. And you will have to give hisab of your own life. Account of your own life. Allah will question you. So you will be standing on your own. No friendship will help there. Don't have bad friends here in dunya. They might seem to be helping you, but in reality they are harming you. They are making your characters bad. They're making you a bad person. Bad company makes you a bad person. Don't look at a person. Look at his friends. If his friends are good, then he's a good person. His friends are bad, that means he's a bad person. If he hangs around with druggies, that means he's a druggie. He can't be a Sufi. And if he hangs around with pagri, dhari, good friends in school, good friends in college, in uni, that means he's a good person. So on the day of Qiyamah, friendships will not help. Al-akhillau yawmaydin ba'duhum li ba'din aduwwun illa al-muttaqin. Friends on the day of Qiyamah will be enemies of one another except those who have taqwa. Muttaqeen will be still friends on the day of Qiyamah. But non-muttaqees will be enemies. So friendship will not be helpful on that day. And wala shafa'ah. For the disbelievers, nobody will be able to intercede. For believers, maybe. But for disbelievers, Allah is saying, intercession, man dhalladhi yashfa'u indahu illa bi'iznihi. Without Allah's permission, nobody can speak up for anyone. If Allah gives permission, then you might be able to speak for someone. But without His permission, you can't speak or intercede for anyone. وَالْكَافِرُونَ هُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ. This is the first Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu of third Sipara. Second Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, after a few pages, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la tubtilu sadaqatikum bil manni wal adha kalladhi yunfiqu malahu ri'a an-nas wa la yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir. Hey iman walo, don't destroy your charities by reminding the person about your favors and by hurting him, hurting his feelings. Otherwise, you will be like the person who spends his mal to show people. وَلَا يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ فَمَثَلُهُ كَمَثَلِ صَفْوَانٍ. His example is like that of a large rock, alayhi turab, on which there is some soil or dust. فَأَصَابَهُ وَابِلٌ. Heavy rain fell over it. فَتَرَكَهُ صَلَّى, and left it clean without anything on it. لَا يَقْدِرُونَ عَلَى شَيْءٍ مِّمَّا كَسَبُوا. People who spend for show off will not have in control anything which they spend. Wallahu la yahdi al-qawm al-kafirin. Example is, if the rain fell on a soft land, then the land would absorb that water and some flowers, fruits, vegetables would grow over there. But if it fell on a rock, there's mitti on there, soil on there. But when the heavy rain fell, nothing grew, even the soil that was there also left. Nothing left. So riya and showing off destroys your a'mal. And similarly, man and al-adha also destroy your a'mal. If you gave something to someone, 100 pounds, then don't keep reminding them, I gave you 100 pounds, I gave you 100 pounds. What did you do with the 100 pounds I gave you? And in full majlis, we say, oh, bhai, come here. I gave you the 100 pounds the other day. What did you do with it? So you're shaming him in front of everyone. And you're hurting his feelings. Allah said, hey, iman walo, don't do that. Abdul Rahman, come sit here. La tubtilu sadaqatikum bil manni wal aza. What is the next ayat after that? Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu أنفقوا من طيبات ما كسبتم ومما أخرجنا لكم من الأرض ولا تيمموا الخبيث منه تنفقون ولستم بآخذيه إلا أن تغمضوا فيه واعلموا أن الله غني حميد. Iman walo, spend from the beautiful, pleasant, halal things that we have provided for you. That you have earned. And from that which we have produced for you from the earth. وَلَا تَيَمَّمُوا الْخَبِيثِ. And do not aim for the dirty, filthy khabith to give in sadaqah. And you are not going to accept it from someone if they gave it to you, unless you were to just close your eyes and take it and do. know that Allah is Ghani and Hamid. What is the meaning of this ayat? Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu anfiqu min tayyibati ma kasabtum. Spend from the wholesome things which you have earned. Mufassirin say earning here means tijarat, business. If you do business and if you earn halal money, then spend from that halal money as well. Give your zakat properly. Oh yeah. Take your stock. How much money you've got in your shop. How much profit you made. How much you got in savings. Total calculate it all. If it's 100,000 pounds worth, so how much zakat is on 100,000 pounds? 2,500. And if it's 1 million pounds, then how much zakat on 1 million pounds? 25,000 pounds. If you have 1 million pound in your business, stock, saving, shares, cash at home, total value and calculation of everything is 1 million, then you can keep it all except 25,000 which you have to give in zakat. So spend from that which you earn through your business is the meaning. And وَمِمَّا أَخْرَجْنَا لَكُم مِّنَ الْأَرْضِ. If you're a farmer and you farm in the field and you get lots of rice or barley or wheat or corn, makkah or tuer or peas, lots of produce, lots of mangoes, fruits, then you have to give from that to the poor. How much you have to give? 1/10 if it is watered with rainwater, and 1/5 if you had to water it by your own through your effort, not with rainwater. In this day and age with pumps, then Allah Pak will you can keep 95%, just give 5% to the poor people. So give from there. These days farmers don't know masail of ushur, and they don't give ushur which they need to give. We have to explain to them that from whatever produce you get, you have to give. And you know, when you give in the path of Allah, Allah gives you more. You know, in Bukhari Sharif, there is this hadith which Hazrat Thanvi also narrated in Behshti Zevar. There was this man who was farmer, he was working in his field. Another person was traveling. Now the person who was going somewhere, he heard in the sky an announcement. It said to the clouds, "Oh clouds, go to the field and garden bar of so and so and water over it." So all the clouds got together, gathered, they went in that direction, and rain fell on his land. So this man was surprised. Wow, he's a friend of Allah. Allah is sending special rain for his field. He went in there and he saw that man, he's got a spade and he's turning the water in this direction, that direction, and he's quickly working hard. So he took his name, "Oh Abdullah, you know, what do you do in this field that I am hearing your name in the clouds?" He said, "You go do your own work." He said, No, you have to tell me." So he said, "If you didn't take my name, you're a stranger to me. But how do you know my name? If you hadn't taken it, I wouldn't have told you. But since you've asked me, then what I do is whatever pedawar and produce I get from this field, I gather it and I make 3 parts of it. 1 part for myself and my family to eat throughout the year, and 1 part I save the seeds to plant next year, and a 3rd part I distribute it among the ghuraba, fuqara, masakin." Now, how much was how much was due on him? 10%. He could have kept 90%, but he was giving 33%. He was only keeping 66%. So he was giving more than what he was liable for. So Allah Pak was so happy with him that Allah is sending special rainwater for his land. This is وَمِمَّا أَخْرَجْنَا لَكُمْ مِنَ الْأَرْضِ. You give it and Allah will give you barakat. Allah is Allah. He'll give you lots and lots of barakat. You know the story of those three who were tested? The Kodi, the Ganja, and the blind. The one who had white skin, and the one who was bald, who had no hair, who had tal on his head, and the one who was blind. Allah wanted to test them. Allah sent an angel in the form of a man. So he thinks it's a man, but in reality it's a farishta. He came to the first person and he said to him, "Oh, bhai, how are you?" He said, "I'm not well, I'm really bad." "Oh, what happened? His skin, kya kehte hain, vitiligo. All the skin goes white. He said, "People hate me because of this. When they look at me, they say I'm a dirty person. I don't like this." They said, what would you want? He said, "I would love to have fresh, nice, beautiful skin. And all these problems, vitiligo, goes away from me." He said, "Okay, I'm making dua. Allah remove your problem, this sickness. Allah give you fresh skin. What mal do you like?" And he said, "I like camels. So he said, "Okay, we'll give you camels." So he gave him beautiful, pregnant camel, and that camel gave baby, and that baby gave baby, and the camels increased. Now he was very rich. He bought a beautiful mansion. He was living comfortably, and he had lots of workers working for him, looking after his cattle. The angel went to the second person, who was Talio, who had no hair, who was bald. He said, "What would you like?" I said, "I would like to have some beautiful hair. People go to Turkey for hair transplant." My friend was telling me that his Goria was with me. And he said, "If you come back from Istanbul in Turkish hair, then the whole plane like it's a hospital ward." Because everybody's got bandages and there's so much smell of antiseptic and all that. The whole plane looks like it's a hospital ward. Because everybody's got that. Oh, hair, या किसी के teeth, दांत का transplant है, hair transplant है, तो कोई और है. So he said, "I would like to have nice, beautiful hair." He said, "Okay, I will make dua." He made dua. Allah gave him beautiful hair. "What animal do you like?" "I like cows." He gave him one cow. And Allah gave barakat in that cows. He became very rich. He went to the third person who was blind. He said, "What do you like?" He said, "I would like Allah to restore my eyesight so I can see like people can see." He said, "Okay, I will make dua." He made dua. Allah opened his eyes. He opened his eyes. Allah restored his eyesight. "What mal do you like?" "I like goat, sheep." He said, "Okay." He gave him pregnant goat, and then there was barakat in the goat. The angel left him. He's also wealthy now. He's got large house, mansion, workers working for him. After some years, the angel came back. Allah sent him to test those three. He went to the first person who had white skin and who was poor and who was given camels, who had a valley full of camels. Valley, the area between two mountains, he was full with these camels. He was so rich. So he said, "I am a faqir, miskin, can you please help me? Give me one camel. I need to go and get to my place." He said, "Nah, go away from here. I've got too many debts on me. I have to pay off too many things. I'm not giving you anything." So he said, "Are you not that same person who had that vitiligo, who was poor and fakir, and then Allah made you rich?" He said, No, I'm not that poor, but it must be someone else. I inherited this mal from my parents and grandparents. We've always been from a rich family." So the angel said to him, "If you are lying, then may Allah make you like you used to be. And musibats and calamities came, all his mal was destroyed, and he became as he was. Send to the second person, can you give me a cow? Help me, I need some help. Nah, go away from me, I'm not giving you anything. I've got too many things to give, too many debts on me. He said, are you not that same person who was baldy and people used to laugh at you? And then Allah gave you nice hair, and then Allah made you rich, gave you cows. He said, no, that's not me, it must be someone else, go. He said, well, if you're lying, then may Allah make you like you used to be. Allah took away his wealth, and he became very miskin faqir. He came to the third person, and he said, can you help me? He said, yes, what do you want? He said, I ask you in the name of that being. Remember, you were blind, Allah gave you eyesight. You were faqir, Allah made you rich. He said, you're right, I was like that. And Allah gave me one. This is all Allah's, nothing is mine. You can take however many goats and sheep you want. I won't stop you. Take whatever you want. Allah give you barakah. So the Farishta said, I'm not here for money. I was sent to test you. The other two failed the test. You passed the test. Keep your money, keep your richness. You see, when you spend, Allah gives you more. But when you become stingy, Allah takes away what you had. And you will have seen many people who are very rich, but suddenly things happen and all that richness is gone and they become faqir, miskin, paupers. Allah is Allah. It's His dunya, bhai. He gives and He takes. So in this ayat, Allah is saying, أَنْفِقُوا مِنْ طَيِّبَاتِ مَا كَسَبْتُمْ أَنْ وَمِمَّا أَخْرَجْنَا لَكُمْ مِنَ الْأَرْضِ. Then, what's the next? Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Who's going to tell me? After 2 pages. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu attaqullah wa dharu ma baqiya min al-riba in kuntum mu'minin. Hey iman walo, fear Allah and leave riba and interest which still remains if you are believers. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا, if you don't let go of riba and sood and interest money, فَأَذَنُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ, then listen to the announcement of a war from Allah and His Rasul. Allah and His Rasul are at war with you if you don't give up that riba. Hi. What is riba? Interest. I give Ghazan for £1,000 to borrow. And I tell him, when you give it back to me after 1 year, you have to give me back 1,500. So I'm taking that 500 extra for no reason. I'm supposed to help him. Ke bichara, he's garib. I say, oh, go take this 1,000 as gift hadiya from me. Or go, you pay back me whatever you can. So he gives me 700, 800 and he says, I'm struggling to pay. Please let me off. I say, okay, go on. 200, I let you off. You take less than what you give. This is muwasat. This is hamdardi. This is friendliness. Being courteous, kind, generous. Now in riba, you become greedy. You want more and more. And you give people money, Zaid, Amar, Bakar, and you charge them and you become rich. That's what the banks do. You know, the bank owners, they are the fat cats. They take all money from whole society, everyone, and they sit there. If something happens to the bank, they're not in trouble. It goes on the public. The public have to bail the bank out. So they are always in profit. There is no possibility of loss for the bankers. But they give that interest money out. Islam abolished interest. Islam said interest money is haram. You can't take interest, you can't pay interest. Both are not allowed. Allah Pak said over here, Ittaqullah wa zaru ma baqiya min al-riba. If you are owed some riba, let go of it. This ayat was revealed because there were 2 tribes of Banu Thaqif and Banu Mughira. One was rich and they used to lend others money, and they paid interest on that money. When Islam came, they embraced Islam, they entered Islam, and Islam said you can't take interest. They said, okay, we won't take it next time, but this interest we're going to take. And they said to the other party, give me your interest quickly, quickly, before it's because, because before we are told not to take. Allah revealed this ayat. You can't do that. Let go of that riba. We've said from above, الَّذِينَ يَأْكُلُونَ الرِّبَا يَمْحَقُ اللَّهُ الرِّبَا وَيُرْبِي الصَّدَقَاتِ. And you're still demanding for interest from the other people? Said, let go of it. If you don't leave that interest now, then there is a warning of a battle and war from Allah. If Allah comes in war and battle with you, can you win? Impossible. You can't win with Allah. It's loss. You will lose. So interest and sood and riba is haram. You can't take interest money from people. At the same time, you can't pay interest to people either. You have to avoid both. A Muslim should never get involved in interest dealings. This is the meaning of the ayah. Hazrat Shaykh Zakaria Rahmatullah said that in my understanding, there are only two things for which Allah declared war. Number one is interest. If you indulge in interest, you're at war with Allah. And number two, if you show hostility to a wali of Allah, friend of Allah, if you have enemies with friend of Allah, wali of Allah, and you are angry and you are hostile to him and you abuse him, insult him, degrade him, backbite him, slander him, your Imam Sahab, your Maulana Sahab, your Ustad, you are bad to them, you ill-treat them. This is showing hostility with a wali and friend of Allah. Allah said, if you do that, then you are at war with Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will deal with you. And Ajib, we in Masail follow Hazrat Imam Abu Hanifa. We trust him for his research. We have confidence in his research. That's called taqleed. What's it called? Taqleed. Imam Abu Hanifa was a beautiful person. Very tolerant, very patient. He would never backbite anyone. He would never argue with anyone. Once he delivered his lesson, taught his lesson to the students. Now lots of students around him. And then when he was going home, one badmash, nalek, bad person followed him. And he started ridiculing him. Abu Hanifa, you are like this. Abu Hanifa, you are like that. Who are you? You know nothing. Imam Sahib kept on listening, to the extent that he was laughing and he said, Abu Hanifa, I have heard that your father has died and your mother is a widow. I want to marry your mother. So bad. You can't say that to anyone. If it was any one of us, we would have punched him on the face. You've sworn at me so much, you've abused me so much, and now you're saying this. But Imam Abu Hanifa was as cool as a cucumber. He just kept walking. When he came near his house, he said, Bhai, my mother makes her own decisions. I will speak to her. If he agrees, then I wouldn't say no. Then Imam Sahib went in the house. The person was still there, laughing, making fun. Suddenly, lightning came and the lightning bolt struck him on his head and killed him there instantly. Imam Abu Hanifa was informed. He came out and Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah said, Qatalahu sabri. My sabr killed him. My patience. If I had retaliated, it would have been done tit for tat. But because I did sabr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came into action and Allah's wrath fell on him, finished him off. This is showing hostility to a friend and wali of Allah. Never be hostile to Allah's walis, because Allah will be at war with you. In sood and interest, Allah will be at war with you. And in abusing awliyaullah, Allah's walis, Allah will be at war with you. So don't do that. So this is the other ayat of Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. We've covered how many ayat? 4 ayat. Time's up. Next ayat is very long. Shall we finish it? We'll finish it because then Surah Baqarah will be finished. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. What's the next one? Bolo? Come on, you know it. Only 2-3 ayats after this. Who's going to say it? Who says it will get £1 inam? Come on. Salam. Zaki. Abdul Rahman also said it. Zakaria also said it. You both get £1, inshallah. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha tadayantum bidaynin ila ajalin musamman faktubuh. Hey iman walo, if you lend and borrow money, then note it down. If I borrow money from Badr, £5,000, right? We both have to write it down. I have to keep one paper with me, and Badr has to keep one paper with him. In case I die, then my sons will know that I owe Badr £5,000. In case Badr dies, his family will know that we have to take £5,000 from Abdul Rahim. Whatever transaction you do with regards to borrowing and lending and debt matters, write it down. If you don't know how to write, then وَلْيَكْتُبْ بَيْنَكُمْ كَاتِبٌ بِالْعَدْلِ. Let someone write it for you. In those days, not everybody could read and write. So get someone to write it for you. وَلَا يَأْبَ كَاتِبٌ أَن يَكْتُبَ كَمَا عَلَّمَهُ اللَّهُ فَلْيَكْتُبْ. A person who can read and write should not refuse. He should be grateful. Allah taught him how to read and write. So he should write for the person when he calls, please help me, write this down for me. وَلْيُمْلِ لِلَّذِي عَلَيْهِ الْحَقُّ وَلْيَتَّقِ اللَّهَ رَبَّهُ. The one who is in debt, who is borrowing, should dictate and the other person should write. So I am taking 5,000. I have to say, I am taking from Badr £5,000 for 1 year. I have to return it after 1 year on the 1st of March 2027. Timing, everything should be noted. Allah Pak said, and he also said, get 2 witnesses, 2 persons to witness that transaction, especially when it's a large amount. If it's a small amount and you know that, then it's okay. But if it's a large amount, get 2-person witness. By always come here, Ghazanfar, come here. We are doing this transaction. We are writing it down. You too be witness. فَإِن لَمْ يَكُونَا رَجُلَيْنِ فَرَجُلٌ وَامْرَأَتَانِ. If you can't find 2 males, then 1 man and 2 women. مِمَّنْ تَرْضَوْنَ مِنَ الشُّهَدَاءِ أَنْ تَضِلَّ إِحْدَاهُمَا فَتُذَكِّرَ إِحْدَاهُمَا الْأُخْرَى إِلَى آخِرِ الآية. देखो अल्लाह पाक ने काम कितना पक्का कर दिया है ना. उसमें अल्लाह पाक ने इतना पक्का कर दिया कि लड़ाई झगड़ा हो ही ना. टाइम भी लिखना है. आजकल पैसे ले जाते हैं लोग बगैर टाइम लिमिट के, बगैर गवाह के, बगैर राइटिंग के. पैसे ले गए, भूल गए, खा गए, याद नहीं रहा, खाने का इरादा भी नहीं था, लेकिन बाय मिस्टेक खा गए. मगर क़यामत के दिन हिसाब तो देना पड़ेगा. भूल गए तो भूल गए, लेकिन हिसाब देना पड़ेगा. राइटिंग में होता तो भूल ना होती. If you had it in writing, there wouldn't be any mistake. If you had gawah, there wouldn't be any disputes. But because we don't write it, we don't mention the time frame. My friend Maulana Zakaria Saab from Leicester, he made a debt agreement form. That if you lend someone, they have to write it down. You have to write everything, all details in there. Even you have to write the name of next of kin. That in the event of my death, my son Maulana Safwan will pay off that debt. This is his number, mobile, call him and take from him. And Badr, in the event of Badr's death, he has to write, give my money to my wife or my son or my daughter or my friend or my brother or my father, write their number down. So if something happens to brother, I have to give that person that money, and then they can do whatever they want with it. So everything is clear. This is how Allah Pak is trying to make our lives easy, so that we do everything properly and note everything down, and there's no arguments, no fights among us. This is how Suratul Baqarah comes to a close. And all these, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in Surah Baqarah. Surah Nisa, we'll read tomorrow, inshallah, if Allah wills. May Allah give us tawfiq to read Quran, understand the Quran, practice on the meaning and message of Quran. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Parwardigar Alam, accept our sitting over here. Give us tawfiq to read Quran, understand Quran, practice on Quran, propagate the meaning and message of Quran. Allah, give us tawfiq to recite Quran as much as possible, especially throughout this blessed month of Ramadan, which is Shahrul Quran. Allah, give our children the connection, attachment and bond with Quran Sharif. Make them beautiful, good, excellent, pakka, hafizi Quran, alimi deen, practicing on deen, amali zindagi, and make them pious and coolness of eyes for us. Allah, accept our humble efforts. Allah, be pleased with us. Allah, give us barakati and prosperous Ramadan. Give us barakat in our time, in our amal, and accept our humble amal. Allah, one roza is already gone, 4 Sipara Taraweeh already finished. Time passes so quickly. Allah, please give us barakat in our times and help us to stop wasting our time and to utilize our time to the best of our ability. Accept our humble efforts. Be pleased with us. Give us all the good things which your beloved Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked from you. Protect us from all those evils from which he saw your protection. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. صلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك.